Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Holy Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night. And the beer we're going for tonight is from Northern Monk. It's this one. It is, if you can see the can, Holy Heaven. And Holy Heaven is a chocolate, vanilla and maple alcohol-free imperial stout weighing in at 0.5% ABV. It is the low ABV version of Heaven, which was a 10% stout. Yeah, it doesn't say much on the back of the can other than head towards the light and immerse yourself in the dark. Treat yourself to heaven in a glass. And that is pretty much all you get, other than it's described as being mapley, vanilla and chocolatey. AF Imperial Stout. Yeah. I've seen it mentioned before on a stout, and it's got to be a good stout to really warrant that Imperial name. I know it's usually reserved for the strength. But for me, in alcohol-free terms, if it really punches hard with flavour and all that kind of good stuff, then maybe it can earn the title of Imperial. Let's find out how good it is. Get it into a glass and see what we think. So we are pouring into my Northern Monk glass, of course. And the pour is dark. Not jet black though. I've got a nice head. It's not as dark as I was hoping, but it's more of a dark muddy brown, as opposed to jet black like Heaven originally was, and lots of other stouts are. But that said, you've got a nice, I guess you call that taupe tan head on it. It otherwise looks the part. You're not going to really see the muddy brown edges because I've got the lighting there. Maybe you can if I go up there. No. Anyway, it looks, yeah. It looks like the water you get from Flint, Michigan. But rolling it in the glass, it looks like it's got some body to it. So let's have a whiff. Maple first. And it's quite weird how that maple hits you. Maple, chocolate. There is a sweetness. There's something quite, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? There's something in it I can't put my finger on. The vanilla is there. It is a sweetness behind the chocolate. So, but maple first. And then, like I say, the chocolate and vanilla. Yeah, there it is. It's something, I'm not sure I like it, what I'm getting on the nose. That's something odd. Anyway, it looks, yeah, it smells all right. So the taste. Cheers. Body's okay. Body's kind of medium. The flavour is weird. I'm not sure I like it. It's a bit woody. I think woody is the term I'm looking for. The maple syrup, I get it, it's there, but it's kind of a raw maple. It's really quite, yeah, intense and woody. The chocolate is quite dark. The malts are quite roasty. Weird thing to say, they're quite roasty. They are, of course, roasty. It's a stout after all. But I'm not sure I like this one, and I think it's the maple. I think it is the maple. The finish is quite yeah, malty. It is malty. And then there's that weird aftertaste of the maple. It's, yeah. Flavour isn't for me. So, let's go to the Aid Memoir of Untapped. which says there have been 242 check-ins, one from a person I know who scored it 4, but the average 2.84. Yeah, that's not entirely unsurprising based on my experience. Just so, Holy Heathen, Heaven even. Heathen is the IPA. Holy Heaven has currently got nothing. Let's see what we give it. We're going to be objective as always. I'm always honest. That's the one thing you can take from my reviews. I will say it as I see it. Let's top it off so we can have another look at the looks. Like I say, apart from that weird muddy brown colour, you know, once it's in the glass, it looks all right. You know, it's a nice head, it's a nice body, a nice roll. Apart from that muddy brown colour. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It's small though. It is small. I'm going to give it the 0.75. The aroma is interesting. The maple is there, but there's something weird up front. The chocolate, like I say, is quite dark on the nose. The vanilla does come through, and there's something that I just cannot put my finger on. I'm really not sure what it is, and I'm not sure I like it. 0.5, because I like the chocolate presence and I like the vanilla presence. It's just the maple is really knocking it for me. The body, though, cannot fault. Nice medium weight to it. Good carbonation. Nice mouthfeel overall. It almost tastes like, well, feels like it's got lactose in it, does it? Let's have a look. Oh, no, that's why it's woody. It's got oak essence in it. Makes sense. Ah, chili. It has chili in it. Maybe that's what's giving it that weird taste, but no mention of lactose. So it doesn't mention it's vegan friendly though. What could not be vegan friendly? No, nothing there that I can see. Anyway, yeah, the body I can't fault. I'm not going to fault it. I'm going to give it a point for the body. The taste, don't think I like it. But as always, I'm going to be objective. So it does taste mapley. It's quite intense. Like I said, there's that woody thing going on. Not so sure I like it. I get why they've done it, you know, barrel aging, the flavour. Makes sense. But it kind of tastes not quite right for me. The chocolate, like I said, is quite dark. I like that. And the roasted malts are quite pleasant. And the vanilla, I can't really fault that. But that intensity of the flavour of the malt and that kind of oak essence, I guess they call it, not sure I'm a fan. It's not enough to make me throw it away and not finish the drink, but it's not one that I would buy again for the flavour. So I'm going to give it the 0.25. And the finish, on a stout, I like them to be roasted and malty and fairly long and bitter. I'm getting roasty, quite malty, not very bitter, but then again it is maple and vanilla and chocolate malts going through it. I don't expect it to be overly bitter, but again, I can't be too harsh on the finish because I quite appreciate what's going on with it. I'm going to give it the 0.75, which means that Holy Heaven has got 3.25 out of 5 from me. Not bad. So, jot that down. Bonus points, it can't have the full bonus because it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. Would I buy it again? I'm going to be brutally honest, and it's the first time I think I've said this about Northern Monk beer. I'm going to say no. I wouldn't, because I'm just not a fan of the flavour. And that, for me, is the key point of why I drink beer. I drink for the flavour, nothing else. And it doesn't have it for me, sadly. The value for money, I can't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't a huge amount of money. So, yeah, I'm going to say it does represent value for money for people who like the flavour. So, yeah, Holy Heaven, 3.25 out of 5, and a value for money tick box as well. So, there we go. For a beer that I'm not overly keen on, not a bad score overall. No, because, like I say, I'm objective about the scoring. So, yeah, glad I've tried it, for sure. I'll always try new beer, you know. I expected to like it because I like chocolate, I like vanilla, and I like maple syrup, and I love a good stout. But for me, sadly, the combination didn't work today. So there we go. We'll leave it there and say, that's been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. and I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.